Hi, good morning, everyone. I am here with Emerald. She is with Lockheed Martin, and we are so proud that Lockheed Martin is being recognized as a top Milspouse employer in the U.S. Veterans Magazine. And we want to know a little bit more about Emerald. So I wanted to go ahead and start by welcoming you here. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Lisa.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey to Lockheed Martin and what initially drew you to the company?
Of course. Thank you, Mona Lisa, for having me today. Hi.
Absolutely.
I'm also a Navy spouse, and my husband serves aboard the USS Anchorage, and I'm a proud parent of a 2-year-old boy named Theo. We are currently stationed in San Diego, California, and from the moment I became a military spouse, I was in awe of all the power and capabilities of what our military can do. So from there, I learned more about the work of what Lockheed Martin does for the military, and I felt a pull. And I've always wanted to be part of an organization that makes a real difference, contributing to the defense of our country. Just felt like a calling, and working here every day just feels like I'm making an impact, and it's like a patriotic act. As for my journey to Lockheed Martin, after earning my master's in computer science, I landed my first software engineering position here in San Diego at a local bank headquarters. In that interview, I actually didn't disclose I was a military spouse because in the back of my head, I knew we had orders coming up. And I was scared I was going to lose this opportunity because they specifically asked in the interview that they, want to only hire long-term individuals and employees. Um, so when we did receive PCS orders, the job hunt started over again. And I was fortunate enough to become the first military spouse to receive an offer into the Oracle's Veterans Internship Program, a milestone that actually helped open the door for other spouses to gain technical
Wow.
experience. Yeah,
Excellent.
it was
That's
very impactful.
wonderful.
Um, and although Oracle was a great experience, it wasn't where I saw myself thriving. So I began a focused 2-year effort to join Lockheed Martin. I submitted dozens of applications. I probably submitted close to 100 applications over that time period. I networked where I could, and
Wow.
connecting with the military relations team was a game changer. Their support gave me visibility and confidence. In my interview, I decided to own my own story. I told the panel proudly that I was a military spouse, something I would have never imagined I would have done in my life. And that authenticity resonated, and I received an offer just a week later. I'm
Oh, wow.
grateful for the
Fantastic.
relations team. Yeah.
Good for you. That says a lot. I know that remote work and flexibility are crucial to, for many families, especially the military spouses, um, especially during, the PCS moves, like you mentioned. How has Lockheed Martin made remote work a realistic and sustainable option for military spouses?
When I think about a long-term career at Lockheed Martin, the company's remote work options and flexibility are really what keep me excited. I initially thought that being remote would force me to be stagnant in my career, but this is further from the truth. When I got my offer in March of 2021, just a year later, our family PCS'd back to San Diego from the Bay Area. And knowing I could keep my job while we moved was a huge relief. I didn't have to start another exhausting job search, no more tears at night, and no more interviews, and no more uncertainty of the future. The
Sure.
flexibility isn't just a lifesaver during a move, but it's become a backbone of my work-life balance. During my husband's 7-month deployment, I was able to structure my week around my 410 schedule, which is working 10-hour days, 4 days a week, and then shift remaining hours for the weekend or Friday, which means I have every weekend is a 3-day weekend for me.
Yeah,
And
that's great.
it meant I could still meet my professional goals without feeling constantly stressed or overwhelmed. And I really want to dig a little deeper into the flexibility options. Right after I gave birth, I had the option to come back to work part-time or a little less than full-time so that I could balance my new life with the little one. And this
Sure.
kind gesture really shows how much Lockheed Martin values their employees and work-life balance. And now, as my husband prepares for another sea tour, the ability to log off a bit earlier during the week gives me breathing room I need to recharge and keep everything running smoothly at home. And this kind of support is rare, which is why I really see myself here long term.
That speaks volumes. And I want to say that that's something that I wish more companies could understand, because you're an outstanding employee. And if he's about to deploy and you just want a little more time, it's wonderful that they allow you that, and you can make it up another way. So you can be a wife, you can be a friend, you can be a mom, and most importantly, you can be that star employee. And I can really see that about you. Many military spouses interested in changing or pivoting their career paths. Lockheed Martin offers programs such as leadership development programs, cybersecurity upscaling, and others. Can you tell us more about these programs that support reskilling and career transition?
Yes, I would love to. This is something I'm very passionate about.
Sure.
I recently graduated from Lockheed Martin's internal ELDP, which stands for Engineering Leadership Development Program. That is a 3-year cohort designed to upskill engineers and broaden their exposure across the company's business areas. And this development program also exists for HR, finance, and operations. So it's not just limited to engineering. And
That's good.
yes, it's amazing. During the program, I contributed to software development for literal combat ships based in Baltimore and worked on hypersonic missile systems in Colorado. Both roles I did remotely, if you can believe that.
Wow.
Um, these experiences deepened my understanding of mission critical programs and equipped me to be more well-rounded contributor to Lockheed Martin's missions. During the program, I also earned my second master's degree in engineering management with an emphasis in systems engineering, fully funded by Lockheed Martin's tuition assistance program. It is, yeah, it is actually really common here to pivot to a new career path because of all the incredible opportunities available. And fun fact, many of our current vice presidents were previous ELDPs. And, Lockheed Martin does an amazing job shaping future leaders. We foster a huge growth culture, and there exists so many various upskilling opportunities and shifts. And I personally know a few individuals who have made this shift from engineering to program management.
Wow. Well, I also think it's not just the company, it's you as well, Emerald. You are an amazing individual and so talented, and all this schooling and leadership skills that you've learned is going to really come back to Lockheed Martin and to yourself. So that says a lot. There's something else here that I want to ask you. There's often a misconception that military spouses cannot maintain long-term work, like you mentioned before, or cleared careers while working remotely. How does Lockheed Martin challenge that perception?
Lockheed Martin continually disproves this misconception that its roles require on-site presence. I'm living proof. I
Hmm.
hold the secret clearance and I have worked 100% remotely since joining the company. I only recently obtained my clearance because my team has a need for it, but there is not a requirement for me to go on site. Half of my team is remote, and we all have clearances to perform our work when we travel on site for client visits. But with Lockheed Martin, they offer a wealth of hybrid and fully remote opportunities across its various business areas. And by investing in employee development and granting security clearances, the company really expands career pathways and enables a greater flexibility for its workforce. So very grateful for that.
Wonderful. What would you say to other military spouses who may be considering a career at Lockheed Martin?
If you're a military spouse thinking about a career at Lockheed Martin, do it. First, know you are not an afterthought. You are a valued part of our talent pool. For the longest time, I felt that there existed a stigma against military spouses, that we were unreliable or temporary because we are at the mercy of our spouse's orders. But that's not the case anymore. We are resilient and agile who can adapt to any situation thrown at us. We are part of the military community because we are the backbone of our warfighters by keeping everything stable at home while they defend. The military relations team isn't just for transitioning military and veterans. It exists to connect spouses like us, active duty spouses or spouses of veterans. And second, the flexibility is real. Lockheed Martin offers a variety of hybrid and 100% remote roles so you can maintain your career while your family PCSs. The company's commitment to remote work meant that I've been able to contribute to mission critical programs from wherever I was stationed. And as I mentioned, in my 3-year rotational program, I worked on incredible projects from hypersonic to ships. And I wouldn't never imagined I would have had these opportunities in my lifetime. You'll join a community that understands the unique challenges in military life, and the military relations team, along with its partnerships with Hiring Our Heroes and Department of War's military spouse employment partnership, actively works to lower the existing 21% unemployment rate for military spouses. And by getting involved, attending the monthly webinars, networking, virtual, in person, you'll find peers, advocates who will navigate the hiring process and grow your career. And if you're looking for a place where your experience, flexibility, and ambition are recognized and rewarded, Lockheed Martin is a strong choice. And take advantage of the resources available. Reach out to the military relations team and know that many of us have walked this path before you, and we are ready to help you succeed.
Outstanding. Wow. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed this interview. And I think you are a valued part of that huge talent pool. You really are. And I think that if there was a way to make a top Milspouse, it should be you, Emerald. I'm really impressed with everything. But I really think also Lockheed Martin has provided you with these opportunities that you opened every door and went right through them. And that you speak volumes for the success of the entire program. And I just want to thank you for all that you do. And I wish your husband the best, and thank you for his service, and Lockheed Martin as well. So you are going to flourish even more, and so will Lockheed Martin. And I look forward to that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mona Lisa, for having me.
Absolutely.